Have you ever had that moment where you're scrolling through your feed and you see a news headline that just vibrates with your exact worldview? Or you watch a video essay that articulates something you've felt for years but never put into words, and for a second it feels like clarity, like truth. But then, maybe hours later, you stumble across another piece contradicting everything the first one said, and it also feels true. It also seems to make sense. That disconnect, that's not an accident. It's not a bug in the system. It's the system itself. Welcome to what I'm calling the processed reality. A world where there is no more raw truth waiting for us to discover it. Where every piece of information, every news story, every social media post, every video like this one, comes pre-packaged, pre-framed, and pre-digested for a specific audience. For you. And in 2025, this isn't just about media bias. It's deeper. Let me give you an example. Think about something as simple as the weather. In the past, you'd look out the window. Maybe you'd step outside. That was raw data. Now, you check an app. That app doesn't just give you a number. It tells you how it will feel, what you should wear, if you should cancel your plans. It processes the atmospheric pressure and turns it into a recommendation for your life. Now, scale that up. Your news is processed by an algorithm that knows what you'll click. Your entertainment is processed by a recommender system that knows what kept you watching last time. Your social world is processed into feeds that prioritize conflict, affinity, or outrage, whatever drives engagement. Even your search results are processed, tailored to your history, your location, your demographic profile. We are no longer consumers of information. We are consumers of outputs. The inputs, the raw, messy, complicated facts, are handled by machines and middlemen we will never see. And the most unsettling part? We are processing ourselves. Think about it. Before you share a thought, you run it through internal filters. How will this be received? Which group will this align me with? Which platform is this for? Is this my professional voice or my real voice? We craft our own truths into consumable content. We become brands, personas, avatars of our own processed identities. So when we talk about living in different realities, it's not a metaphor anymore. It's a technical description. Your processed reality and mine are built on different data sets, prioritized by different engagement goals, served by different corporate interests. This raises the terrifying question. If there's no raw truth to point to anymore, what's the foundation? What do we argue from? What do we trust? I think the 2026 skill isn't finding the source. It's auditing the processing layers. Before you believe, before you share, before you let an idea reshape your emotional landscape, you have to ask. 1. Who processed this? Was it an AI summary bot? An underpaid content writer chasing SEO? A think tank with an agenda? 2. Why was it processed this way? To make you angry? To keep you scrolling? To sell you something? To confirm an identity? 3. What was left on the cutting room floor? What context, nuance, or contradiction was removed to make this piece clean, compelling, and contagious? This doesn't have to be a hopeless conclusion. In fact, recognizing this is the first step toward intellectual sovereignty. The goal in 2025 isn't to find the single objective truth. That might be impossible. The goal is to become a conscious curator, to intentionally consume across the spectrum of processing, to read the article and watch the opposing video essay, to check the primary data when it matters, to sometimes, often, step away from the process stream altogether and just look out the window, talk to a neighbor, touch grass, literally. Raw truth might be gone, but human experience isn't. The unmediated feeling of sun on your skin, the unresolved tension of a real conversation, the messy, unfiltered process of creating something only you understand. These are the territories the algorithms can't fully map. Our task is to build our reality not from processed content, but from sensed experience and chosen connection. To not just consume the menu, but to remember we can still cook. So the next time something feels perfectly true, I invite you to pause. Ask yourself, is this clarity, or is it just a perfect fit for my pre-processed world? The most radical act in 2026 might be to seek out the grain, the noise, the version that doesn't fit perfectly. That's where the human, the real might still be hiding. Thanks for listening to The Filtered Self. If this processed layer of reality resonated with you, consider subscribing for more. But maybe also, go for a walk without your phone. Have a conversation without an agenda. Taste something without reading the review first. Be unprocessed for a moment. I'll talk to you next time.